Okay, so they're finishing my house. The window. How'd they get there? Oh, oops. Sorry. Okay. I had to go, so I had to. So every time like an ad comes up, I just take a. Well, I mean, I was going to be doing that today. Okay, I guess I'll cover story time. Okay, let me tell you about a dramatic evening I had the other night. It was bad, honestly. Really crazy too. Like the first part wasn't that bad, but then it just got weird, real graphic, honestly. And thank goodness it was not real. Well, we scarred for life. It's not like I haven't been before. Okay. So, started off, I think, in this, started off like in like a field, and I was going to see a movie. That was only like 2 minutes, I think. I think it was a Mickey Mouse movie. I don't know where Mickey Mouse came from. I haven't watched that show in like forever. So, and then after I watched that movie, I was driving in a car, even though I'm too young to drive in a car yet. But I was driving in a car, then all of a sudden, I ended up in this like futuristic looking bathroom. And there was 2 like drag queens in there. They were talking, and I don't know why in the dream I asked for a high five with her, and then they were like, "Sure." And then we all did like a high five, like there's 2 of them, and then me. We did a high five. Then I ended up by like kind of a house that I used to live by. There was this guy sitting outside. Another person that had like a house like really close to me. So that person was sitting outside. He had a gun in his hand. There was 2 other people like by a gas station over there, and they looked like they were about to shoot each other up. I went inside the person's house. I told them to call the cops. He said they were security guards. That's not what security guards do. They don't shoot each other up. And then that guy with the gun, I saw him pointing it like right at his forehead. And then I went back into the guy's house. I told him that those guys would do that. Because what security guards would do that to each other? So basically, that happened. And when I went back outside, the guy shot himself. Like, I remember seeing the bullet and the blood everywhere. His eyes were still open a little. He was like just sitting in a chair that you would bring to a pool. And it was like really cold out. Well, cause there's like snow. Even though it's like but I called for the same guy. I said, there's a guy that just committed suicide outside. And he did nothing about it. He did nothing. He just looked at him and he went back inside like if nothing happened. So, I called the cops in the story. And I basically said, there's a guy that just shot himself in the forehead. And then I remember hearing their voices. And so basically, they went over, they took the guy's body. Of course they would put his body in a tarp. And they went up to me and they asked me and said, do you know this person? And I'm like, no, I never seen him before. Literally, I never seen him before. The guy in the house, I think I have, but it's just like been forever. So, they take him away, and then they literally just give me the gun. The gas station, and then the cashier even saw it, even though they're like few blocks away from the house. And they said, did you see what happened to that guy? I'm like, yes. There goes the black wall again. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I have to ignore that. So, yeah, I tell him, like, yes. I didn't hear when it went off. And then I just magically ended up in this tall, hotel. I was like at the biggest top of it, like the story or whatever you call it. So I was there. That same guy that was the neighbor. Came over in the same direction, and they acted like nothing happened. I mean, them did ask it, like, why was there ambulance? What happened? Did someone die? And those same security guards that neighbor called them, which 100% were not security guards. They were two burglars. Because they did end up shooting each other. One of them did die. And then the other, he survived, but was very badly injured. And I ended up in a parade with my mom. And Justin Bieber music was playing. I don't listen to his music. I know who he is, but I don't listen to his music. But I forgot what song it was from him, but I know it was from him. And then they basically left the parade without me, so it got crazy. And I'm actually surprised that I remember this song, because I cannot remember what's my dreams. I don't know where from my dreams from. Like, mostly the ones that have, like, blood and stuff. Where are these coming from? Even this other one, I kind of remember it. I don't know. Okay, the truck in it, sorry. Chuck. I'm just kidding. Okay, but yeah, I did have a German truck. It was like in this freeway, I guess you could say. Of course, it had like the sign like, watch out for the deers or whatever. You know, the sign that had deer on it. And a literal deer actually, it didn't not look like a real deer. It looked like one of those ones that are like in those shooting games, like hunting shooting games. I think some of you would know what I mean if you play those kind of games, or if you haven't. So, and then it just made that thing explode. Made that deer explode like crazy. And that guy went on the street. He actually looked real. He actually looked like an actual person. So, he also got hit by that same car. I don't remember what the car looked like. I think it was a Lamborghini or something. It was like red. Like bright red. And yeah, it was bright red one. He exploded like crazy. And the gross thing was, I don't want to even say, but I'm going to say it anyways, even though YouTube is probably going to get mad at me and I'm probably going to lose my channel in like 1 second after posting this. And she was like all over him. I actually went real close. I looked at his face and then I woke up. Because I did not know what the heck happened in that. I was confused out of my mind and a little terrified. So, guess that's it. Bye.